Hello lovelies, and welcome to this Moon Salutations for Pregnancy practice. So Moon Salutations has always been a sequence that I absolutely love, but since falling pregnant it really has become my go-to practice. Almost every day I do this sequence, and especially since the second trimester, where it is quite common for a lot of women to have more pain in the legs. I've also had this, and I think that this sequence, because it focuses quite a lot on releasing tension through the legs, it really is just a wonderful sequence to practice in pregnancy. And more than that, I just love the symbolism of the moon as this kind of embodiment of the divine feminine, just reminding us of this innate power within us. And the symbol of the moon is just really beautiful, as well as a metaphor in pregnancy. Maybe just thinking about the trimesters, this huge evolution, this transformation that you go through as you move towards fullness with you and your baby. And then also just this connection to nature, also our cycles that were connected to the moon. So it's just such a beautiful practice to bring into your pregnancy for so many wonderful reasons. So this is our focus today. But as always, I love to start just with grounding with the breath. So I'm going to do this standing, but if you feel like you'd rather do this sitting, you can make yourself comfortable, taking a block or whatever you need for your practice. I should just say that you should gather 2 blocks for this practice if you like to practice with them, or anything that can serve as a substitute for a block, and you can just position them as I have here on the mat. So I'm going to do this nice and grounded with kind of like a wider stance to really feel this sensation of groundedness into my feet. You can even have a little bend into your knees just to feel that stability a bit more. I'm going to close my eyes, but if that feels like you may fall out of balance, you can just have like a really gentle gaze, just kind of closing the eyes softly. And this is just a version of Anuloma Viloma, which is alternate nostril breathing. In pregnancy, we shouldn't retain the breath, but this is a gentler version of that still brings in this beautiful sensation of grounding and balancing these different energy channels in the body. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the hands just by the side, and on an inhale, we're going to raise the right arm up towards the sky. And as you exhale, you're going to start bringing the hand down towards your nostril, and just bringing your index fingers onto your right nostril, closing for a second, and then releasing back. You can actually use your peace fingers for this. On an inhale, left hand rises up, and as it draws down towards your nose, you're exhaling, peace fingers onto the left nostril for a moment, and then release back down. Inhale, right arm rises up to the sky, beginning to exhale, peace fingers onto the nostril, and release down. And just continuing like this in your own rhythm. Feeling how it really just lengthens out the breath. And helps you to ground down into your practice. The breath is such a beautiful tool to harness the power of our mind. And pregnancies, what a beautiful time to harness that. Finish the round that you're on. And then gently blinking the eyes open if they were closed. We're going to stay into the center of our mat. And you're going to just heel toe your feet out into your goddess stance. And we're going to sink down with hands into the heart here, into our goddess. And then we're going to inhale to straighten up. Right foot is going to be parallel to the short side of the mat. Left foot is going to point out. And for our Trikonasana, your hands can come onto the hips and you can take Trikonasana here like so. Or you can use the block here or hand onto the shin or your thigh, however serves you. Opening up across the chest, gazing up towards the sky, or remaining with a soft gaze down towards the ground if you have any pain in the neck or it's too much for the balance. As you exhale, we're going to come into pyramid pose. You can have that block with you. And we're going to just step out to the side. So pyramid pose in pregnancy, it's kind of nice to create a lot of space for the belly. So you can have the feet almost widening out towards each side of the mat. Back foot is at a 45-degree angle, but we don't have to be dogmatic about that. So it can also be nice if it's too much to try to get the hips facing forwards with the foot grounded. You can even release the heel up like so, and that can also be a nice modification that sometimes you can also feel a bit more stable in. So just choose whatever option serves you here. And in pregnancy, I find I always like to keep moving. So you can inhale up and exhale as you fall down into your pyramid, using the support of your block here. Next time you come up halfway, lift that back heel if it's not already, and bring your right knee down to the ground for Anjaneyasana. Your hands can remain grounded on the block, or you can release them up if that serves you. Sometimes it feels like too much of a stretch with the hands up to the sky, so you can always keep them into your heart. And just being willing here to really just play and be creative, find the thing that nourishes your body that might not be what was your go-to in your practice before pregnancy. From here we're going to move into Skandasana, and you can use the block here again. I'm going to lift the back knee, and you can stay either with the back foot nice and grounded here. Sometimes that can feel a bit safer for the inner thigh and the knee, or if you like, you can lift the toes up to the sky. And you can keep your hand on the block, or if you feel quite nice and supported here, you can bring the hands into the heart, but no need to do so. And just keep engaging the front part of your quads. That just makes this pose a lot safer for your knees, the ligaments around the knees. And then from here, we're going to use our hands to travel towards the other side. And you can use the block that was there waiting for you on the other side of your mat here to find Skandasana or half Skandasana on this side. Any option that serves you. And then we're going to travel into Anjaneyasana. So we're just really reversing the sequence here. Again, hand can be on the block, or into your heart, or up to the sky. Just see what serves you and your baby today. And then exhale as you bring the hands down, and using the block to help you into pyramid pose, lifting the back knee and grounding the back foot, or taking that modified version. And you can even bend into the front knee if that's a better option. Just make ample space here for baby. Exhaling to fold down, inhaling to raise up, exhaling down, and inhaling up. Moving with the movement of your own breath. And coming up halfway, And then repositioning the back foot for your Trikonasana. So back foot parallel to the short side of the mat. And then using the block if that serves you, or bringing the hand onto the shin or your thigh. Left hand up to the sky, or any other variation. It could just be settled on your hip. And then we're going to come back up. We're going to bend into the front leg, helping ourselves up and sinking down into our goddess. And straightening out the legs. Inhaling, raise the arms up. Just take a little side bend to the left. Inhaling through center. And exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale through center, and we're just going to reverse that order now. So we started with the left last time. This time the right foot is going to be positioned out, and we're going to come into Trikonasana, any variation that serves you. And gazing down and moving into our pyramid, bringing that block into the inside of the right foot, creating ample space for your belly, a bit of a wider stance than usual. And finding those flowing movements, moving with your breath. Inhale halfway. And exhale to step that left leg back a bit, knee comes down to the ground, and you come up into your Anjaneyasana, and let the arms do anything that serves you. Taking a moment to play and finding liberation in the spine, and just being careful here. This does bring us into a little back bend in Anjaneyasana, and we tend anyway to dump a little bit into the lower back in pregnancy. So just really trying to lengthen the tailbone down here, and in your movements maybe engaging also your glutes here to just make sure you're supporting your lower spine. And from here, finding our way into Skandasana, and using the block if that serves you. Or if you feel quite nice and stable, we can take a lovely side bend, bringing the left hand up to the sky. And then traveling towards the other side in Skandasana. You did on the other side. Lifting the right arm up to the sky. And then find Anjaneyasana on this side. Again, exploring with your movements here. Maybe exhaling to come forwards, inhaling, opening the heart, supporting the lower spine, engaging your quads. Engaging your glutes. Finding our way into pyramid, you can use your block. Grounding the back foot. Finding a nice stance that creates a lot of space for baby. Exhaling down. Inhaling, flowing up. Exhaling down. And inhale to flow up, moving with your breath. Come up halfway, reposition that back foot for your Trikonasana. Inhale, right arm up. And then bending into the leg, helping yourself up, and finding your way into Goddess, heels in, toes out, and sinking down. Inhale, straighten up, bring the arms up, exhale to the left. Inhale through center and exhale to the right. Inhale through center, exhale, bring the hands through the heart, and take a moment here, just bringing the hands onto your baby and taking a moment to check in here. And sending all the power of the breath in towards your baby. All the beautiful grounded energy through this flow and sharing it with your growing baby. And we're going to take another round, and I'll just show you how you can add on some nice asanas here, and also just feeling free also to be creative here. If there's something I'm not offering that comes to you, please feel free to take that as well. It's a beautiful time in pregnancy to really just tap into the innate wisdom of our body and what it's asking for. So feel free to do that. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale to the left. Inhale through center and exhale to the right. Inhale through center and then towards the left foot pointing forwards and your back foot aligning with the short side of your mat, coming here into your Trikonasana. Exhaling, coming into your pyramid, finding that wider stance. Inhale, lifting, and exhale to fold. Inhale, lift, and exhale to fold. And using your block, bringing the block a little bit forward and lifting your back heel off of the ground. We're going to come here into Warrior 3. So keep this little bend in the front leg. Feel nice and stable here with your block as you begin to lift the back leg, and you can keep that micro bend in the standing leg if it helps you to feel nice and stable, or you can begin to straighten it out. And you can keep hands on the block or maybe bring hands to the heart, but no need to go there. Bring the hands back down onto the block if you were playing with your balance, and then step the leg back. Knee comes down to the ground, and we find our way into our Anjaneyasana. Any choice that feels good to you with the arms. Exhale, bring the hands back down to your block, and finding our way into our side squat, into our Skandasana. Again, a variation here of your choice. From here, we're going to bring our sitting bones down to the ground and just allow this knee to fall inwards. Now this is a really nice stretch into your psoas muscle, into the hips, another part of the body that it's really beautiful to pay more attention to into pregnancy. But if this feels like too much for the knee, you could also bring it in like so. So just doing here what serves you, and then we're going to fold forward here, which will give our belly some nice space, but you don't have to go too far. If this already feels quite intense for the hips, then you know the asana is serving you. No need to go any further, but just see what feels good to you and your body. Also, using the support of the block is really nice for the forehead here. Breathing deeply into any intense sensations you might feel in the hips. Slowly finding your way out there, really mindfully, since that can be quite intense. Help your foot back into that Skandasana position. You can use the left hand behind you to bring your weight forwards, and then onto your block, back into Skandasana on the left side. And then we travel towards the right, finding our Skandasana here, grabbing the block if we were using it, any version that serves you, And then sinking the hip down, allowing that knee to come through center. And then folding forwards, all this nice space here for the belly. And only going as far as feels good, not going too much. Obviously we have a lot of relaxing in the body that helps our joints to relax in pregnancy, and also especially around the hips. So don't go, if you had a practice beforehand, and try to keep to that level of flexibility, or even just 80% of it, to make sure that there's no chance of injury in your practice. Breathing deeply here. And slowly, mindfully, with the help of your hands coming up and helping that foot to ground again. You can use the hand behind you to shift your weight forwards, and the block with the left hand to find you back into your Asana over the right leg. Any variation of the arms, inhaling and exhaling to bring the hands down onto your block to find your pyramid pose, nice wide stance, and flowing here with your breath. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Inhale halfway and begin to lift that back heel off of the ground, bringing your block forwards, finding a nice and stable stance so that you can begin to lift the back leg into your warrior three. So good also for strengthening the back muscles, strengthening the backs of your legs as well. So important in pregnancy. Maybe you want to play here with your balance, but no need to go there. Slowly, very gently, hands back onto the block and stepping back into your Trikonasana position. So back foot parallel to the short side of the mat, and then left hand up to the sky if that's where you were going in your Trikonasana. Deep inhale here and exhale, bending into the front leg, helping yourself up and sinking down into goddess, toes out, heels in. And take a deep breath here, in through the nose and release out the mouth. Inhale, straighten the legs, sweep the arms up, and exhale to the left. Inhale through center and exhale to the right. Inhale through center, exhale, hands through the heart, and then just heel toe your legs into a standing position. And we're just going to finish with that beautiful pranayama that we did, that lovely gentle version of Anuloma Viloma for pregnancy. Again, if you would prefer to finish off this practice seated, please do. And closing the eyes or having a soft gaze. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale as you begin to bring peace fingers down to the right nostril, closing for a moment, and then releasing down. Inhale, left arm up to the sky. Exhale, peace fingers towards the left nostril, close for a moment, and release down. Inhale, right arm up to the sky. Exhale, peace fingers to the right nostril, and exhale to release down. And just do a few more rounds in your own rhythm, and following the natural ebb and flow of your breath. Finish your last round. And then bringing the hands to the belly. Again, taking a moment to connect in to your growing baby. Maybe sending some words of love, having a little chat. And sending all this beautiful grounding moon energy towards them. And when you're ready, gently blinking the eyes open. And thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful moon salutation journey. I really hope that this serves you well throughout your pregnancy. May you be well. With love, Namaste.